All right, it's time to get this 8 o'clock hour up and rolling. December the 9th, it's the 343rd day of the year. We have 22 days left to go in this one. Cornelius Custom Services bringing it to you in this 8 o'clock hour. And we're switching things up a little bit today. We're going to be getting the taxi in here and letting it drop off Joe on a Tuesday. And during your Cornelius Custom Service 8 o'clock hour.
I think it's called Terrific Tuesday, Rick.
Yes, it is a terrific Tuesday, and I guess the reason why we're doing this today is because
fitting, right?
We have something that we really need to talk about, and as far as your insurance goes, Joe's here from Brown Insurance. Driving in the fog.
Yes, adverse weather, adverse driving conditions, and just kind of, it's stuff that folks know. It's stuff that they've always been taught and they've always known, and quite a few people do, but on a day like today when driving in this morning, it was, I could probably see about 300 feet in front of the truck, and that's maybe pushing it. So just, again, common rules of thumb. You want to probably slow it down a little bit. Not only is it foggy so you can't see very good, but with the pavement being just a little slick out there, let's just say worst case scenario, something does jump out in front of you, or you get the slow car.
Yes.
You're cruising down at about 50, 60, maybe 70 miles an hour, and you get the slow car that pulls out with no lights. You want to be sure you have enough stopping distance so that you don't lock them up and start a spin. And, 360 spin on a nice wet road is
not a way to go.
As Goose found out, is not the good way to go.
No, it's not a good way to go at all. And also, we had a few phone calls this morning of people out walking their dogs, jogging, and in the street.
Right.
Sidewalk's probably a good idea for that sort of thing on a day like this. But, you've got to make sure that your insurance is up to date, because we're probably going to be seeing some days coming up, snow days, ice days,
exactly,
things like that. We had the fog this morning. Is making sure your insurance is up to date and your levels of insurance are acceptable levels.
Oh yeah, and when people say what is acceptable, what's the minimum? We've had the discussion before where it's 30, 60, 25. What the heck does that mean? $30,000 per person, up to $60,000 per accident for bodily injury, bumps, bruises, broken arms, broken legs, things like that. That's the state minimum. $25,000 worth of property damage. You get into a big accident, whether it's, maybe you hit that Cadillac that just pulled out of Davidson's, or, maybe a brand new, Dodge out of Bailey's. $25,000 ain't going to do it, folks. And then the other aspect is the bodily injury aspect, especially on a day like today. Guys, whether it's foggy or not, let's take that scenario of somebody jogging on the road or riding a bicycle on the road. If you hit them, regardless of, hey, it was foggy, hey, they were in the road, all that other stuff, you're going to have an issue with that.
Yes.
And that's going to fall under your bodily injury, and you want to make sure that you've got enough coverage so that, limits of coverage are exactly what they say. They are the limit. So you basically have a contract with the insurance company that says this is where their dollar stops, and after that, anything after that is where you step in and pick up the rest. And so the cost difference per month or per year between having a bare bones minimum 30, 60, 25 and something higher, 250, 500, 500, a million, is really not that much. And it gives you added peace of mind to know that, hey, if there is an accident, because it is an accident, you typically don't plan on hitting people and other things. If there's an accident, you're taken care of. You're covered. You're not going to have to worry about the anguish of, oh, my gosh, I've injured this person because I've hit them with my car, or I've been involved in an accident. But you don't have to worry about, oh, how am I going to pay for that now? Because you know what? I just got bare bones minimum, or I called somebody on the telephone and told them, hey, just give me the cheapest coverage I can get for this price, only to find out after the fact, yeah, you're not really covered as much as you thought you were.
Yeah, the thing is, you've got to really seriously sit down and look at your policy. I'm pretty lucky because my wife is an insurance agent, but she kind of keeps up with that sort of stuff. But if you're just, average guy trying to make it through life, paying your bills, it's a good idea to every once in a while stop and say, what do I need to do? What do I have? Just ask. Maybe like we talked about, every time you change the batteries in your smoke detector, every time you turn your clocks back or forward, check on your insurance levels.
Oh, exactly. That's a very good idea. most policies at Brian we try to do on a 1-year policy. Some companies only do a 6-month, which is fine, but that's really a good timetable. Hey, every 6 months or at least every year, sit down, take a look at it, kind of review, and also review for what's coming up too. You've got a lot of folks that have kids that are turning, that are 15 now, going to be turning 16. It's a good idea to ahead of time get an idea what that's going to cost you, so that everybody knows when their kid's going to turn 16. Everybody's got a good idea of when they're going to start driving. Plan ahead for that. I'm here to tell you guys, to add a kid to a policy, a 16-year-old kid to a policy, regardless of what company you go through, it's not like an extra $20 a month.
No.
Doesn't work that way. And so
it's like buying another car.
Almost, yeah, almost. And so get with your agent, say, hey, little Johnny's going to be driving on this day, maybe in May or June of next year. What's that going to kind of run me? It's not, we're not chiseling it into stone. We're just giving you a ballpark estimate, so you've got a good idea. You're planning ahead. You're looking forward to know this is what it's going to cost me, so that when that time does come around, it's not like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize it was going to be that much. Plan ahead. Be prepared. Same situations out there today, folks. That fog, they say, is going to lift between 9:30 and 10 o'clock. It's going to get a little bit warmer. That stuff's going to burn off. But until then, we got kids going to school. We got people crossing the road to get to offices and things like that. We got slow drivers that pull out in front of you that just aren't with it. So you be prepared. You make sure that that you've got kind of an escape plan, so you don't slam on the brakes. If you got a ditch to the right, ditch to the left, what have you, be prepared and be sure that your insurance is up to par.
And folks need to know. If folks need to know what their insurance levels are, or they like to discuss them with you, Joe, how they do that?
Really simple. It's 549-2525. You can call, talk to Ann, Lynette, myself. Be more than happy to go over your coverages with you, show you where there may be some holes, where there may be some deficiencies, and make some recommendations to make sure you're covered the way you need to be. We also do commercial policies as well. We've got Brad, we've got Ty, the ladies over there at the office, Sonia. Sonia is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to commercial insurance, whether it be auto or general liability. She knows her stuff. So if you want us to just kind of eyeball what you're doing, maybe if you're covered with another company, but you feel like, I don't know if I'm covered the way I need to be, give us a call, stop on by, let us take a look, and that's our job, folks. That's what we do. That's why we're agents. We want to make sure that you're covered the way you need to be.
Give them a call today, 549-2525, and they're going to take care of you. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate you coming by.
Thank you, Rick.
And we got that 8 o'clock hour coming up, so stick around, stay tuned, as Cornelius Custom Services is bringing it to you. Going to kick it off with The Temptations.